So guys, today we will be discussing for the functions. Uh, so function is defined as a block of reusable code which can be called whenever required. So I'm just giving an example. So let's example you go to office. You need to carry a lunch box, or you need to carry a laptop, the charger, your wallet, and your mobile phone. So what do you do with that? How do you carry it? You carry it in a form of a bag, which has the place to put the charger, which has a place to keep the laptop, which has a place to uh, keep your wallet as well, and you carry that bag. So every time you need to go to office, you carry that bag. It's a it's a combination, or it is something which contains some of the things which are used together. So laptop and a charger are used together. So you carry them all together. So function is also a block of reusable code, which can be called whenever required. So Python, what Python does, Python allows us to divide a large program into basic building code known as function. This function contains set of programming statements. So a function can be called multiple times in the statement. So you can say it is a basically a program that we write and we call it. So whenever we define a function in Python, we use a keyword that is known as def. So let me write it for you. I'll say def. I'll say ABC. Simple function. I'll say print hello guys. So here, let me tell you, this def is a keyword to define a function. ABC is function name. These parentheses are the place to store the arguments. I'll let you know. So right now these brackets are empty, which means this function does not have any argument, which I'll explain as well. This print is the statement which I want, which is the body, of the function. So let's example. What I do here is,
सर
yeah.
सर दिस डेफ एबीसी के अंदर आएगा ना प्रिंट हेलो गाइस?
No. So this is the place to pass the arguments. Say if I'll say a comma b, that's example, and here I'll do c is equal to a plus b, which I'll discuss later. Then this a and b are the thing which users will pass. So I'll tell you. Don't worry.
Okay.
So let's example, this is a function which I made. I'll say shift enter. Now whenever say ABC, whenever I say ABC, it will say hello guys. So whenever in the program I say ABC, it will say hello guys. So this is a simple program which does not have any arguments. So I'll give another example. Say I'll say def greet, function name is greet. I'll say name greet name, and say I'll say print hello. I'll say name. Okay, I'll say shift enter. Then if I'll say greet, I'll take any name from here. I'll say Akhila. Let's example. I'll say greet, and I'll say Akila. I'll say Akila. It will say hello Akila. So this is the argument which I pass. So whenever I need to add, so let's say example, you're writing a set of statements. So let's example, you're writing, say you're writing something. We'll say def WordPad. You'll say name. Every time you write it, you say print hello name print this is to inform you that you have been tested COVID positive. Let's example. Every time you need to print a report, you'll say shift enter. You'll say now in this case, you'll say WordPad, and I'll say AMRIT. Let's example. And I'll say shift enter. So hello Amrit, this is to inform you that you have been tested COVID positive. So every time you don't need to rewrite the statements.
But we can write this in the single line, in the single print as well, right?
Yeah, you can do that with the backslash n. So I don't want to introduce it right now. So that's why like I did
Sir,
it.
how is it working?
So I have defined a function here. You see, def WordPad name, and I've defined a function. So whenever I'm saying WordPad Amrit, so this Amrit will go to this name because WordPad Amrit will go to this name, and wherever the name is written, it will replace this with that thing which a user is passing.
So it's calling the function.
Yeah, so we are calling the function right now with the argument.
Okay. Argument means that Amrit is argument.
Amrit is argument.
Okay.
So
But
this
sir, what
name,
is the body of the function?
This the body which I have been selected right now.
Okay. So it means that whenever we are calling the function, we need to write the body of the function every time.
The body. So if you don't write the body, then what will happen? What the function will do? So if a person has a brain, but the person does not have the body, then how the person will be able to execute the things which he thinks?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now I will say def A B C. Okay. So before that, is it clear with everybody?
Yes, sir, but once more thing. Can we write name, comma, this is to inform you that you have been tested COVID positive? Like after the name, can we write
Yeah. So yeah, you can write it. So I just
comma?
yeah. You can write that as well. You can write that as well. That is the thing, like different ways of writing. Yeah.
And sir, what if we don't pass the name? How it is realizing that it's a string, right? Amrit is a string. That is why it is giving the output as we want. What if we are passing something else in the function then?
You can pass that. So whatever I have been passing, so it is considering, it is taking it as that only. Okay. So if I'll do these things further on, then you will be able to relate it out. I'll say def ABC. You'll say C comma A comma B. He'll say whenever you press this, so it will come here, note on the first line. You will say C is equal to A plus B. Okay, and you'll say print C. Let's example. You'll say, and here you'll say, let's example. Okay, shift enter, and you'll say ABC 2,3. It will say 5. So now let me write it down. Here if I'll say type of A, I'll say 5. If I'll say print A, this it says int. A is an int. Here when I said name, I'll say print type name. It says string. Why? If I'll do this, it says int. Why? Because whenever I pass anything to the function in a format of a string, say if I'll pass AMRIT as in double quote, it will automatically categorize it as string. If I'll pass AMRIT as like this, say like this, it will give me error. Because it is not an integer, it does not perform any operation, and it has not been passed in the quotes. With me, this much intelligence Python already has.
Yes, sir.
So if we take 2 in inverted commas, then it will consider as int only, or then it will consider as a string?
2.
Yes, WordPad 2. Yes, sir. That in inverted commas. 2 in inverted.
It will consider it as string.
Yes.
Double inverted comma.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, okay.
Okay. With me? Okay, now let's example. I'll say def. I'll say ABC. I'll say A comma B, and I'll say C is equal to same A plus B. I'll say print C. Okay, same program I've written over here. I'll say enter, and I'll say now D is equal to ABC 4,5. So what the D will have now? If I'll say D, what will be the output? Anybody?
9 or maybe function.
So if I'll say D, if I'll say D is not giving me any output. Why? And on the other hand, if I'll say def ABC A comma B, I'll say C is equal to A plus B. I'll say return C. Instead of print, I use return, and it will shift enter. And I'll say D is equal to ABC 4,5. I'll say shift enter. I will say D. It will have 9. So that's the difference. When we use print in a function, it will not return anything. It will do whatever it is doing then and there only. But when we write return in it, which means it has this ABC has the capability to return it in D. With me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So I did not get the difference between print and return, sir.
So print, when you say print, it is only used for printing then and there only. But when we say return, this means we can store the function somewhere. The function has a capability to return the output.
So how do we use it? Like any other example you can say where we are using this return?
So guys, there's a difference. Whenever we say return, this means that the function, so whatever the output this C has, okay, whatever the output this C is giving, right now this C is giving as output 9, whatever the output that C is giving, I will be allocated through this function. So just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second.
So there was no class on Monday, right?
So there was no class on Monday, so today is the first class of this week. Yeah. So when we say return means the function has the capability. This means the function has the capability to give you the output when you store this function somewhere. So I say D is equal to ABC 4.5. Now, if this function ABC, if this function has a return statement, then this return statement has the capability to allocate the output to D. If this is a print, then this will only print, but this will not able to allocate this as output to D. So if I'll say simply add ABC, it is giving me 9 as well. And apart from that, it also has another capability that you can allocate the function with the return statement to any other value. But with this print, this functionality is not.
So that means if we have to store this function in any variable, then we have to use return.
Return has the capability to return something in the process when you allocate it to, when you use it somewhere, like assigning it or many other ways. But the print will only have the capability to print it then and there. With me?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, like can we not write it like D equals to def ABC A comma B? Like we're already storing whatever the function is returning in some variable. Or
So
like we,
no, if you say D is equal to ABC A comma B, this is the thing you are saying?
no,
No, direct allocating the
like
function to D.
direct, yes, directly allocating the function to D, that whatever the D function is returning is automatically saving in D. Like D equals to def ABC A comma B ऐसे.
No, so this you cannot do like that. Def A comma B. So this won't work. Even
Okay.
I've been trying for the first time, but this won't work.
So this is generally come under class when we define.
Yeah. So this will say like,
Okay, okay. Okay, sir.
okay guys, so did you get the difference between return and print?
Yes.
Okay, now let's say, if I'll say def count even. I'll say start and I'll say c is equal to 0. I'll say for I in range start to and +1, and I'll say if I ampersand 2 equal to 0, okay, c equal to c plus 1. Okay, then here I'll say print c. So what I've been trying to do here,
Counting the number of
Counting.
even numbers.
counting the even and the odd number, whatever category the user suggests, I've been doing that. So if I'll say shift enter and I'll say count, sorry, even 100 to 500, it will say shift enter, it will say there are 201 even numbers between 100 and 500. Did you get it?
So can you please explain how it is working again? Like I understood the code, but I just want to know how the function is.
So if when I say count even 100 500, the start will be allocated. How many parameters this count even has? Two
Okay.
arguments. Two arguments are there. So first argument 100 will go to start. Second argument 500 will go to end. Then if I'll say for I in range start end, so this 100 will be start, this 500 will be end, which I have allocated. It will start from 100 to 501. It will say if I is every value 100 101, if its ampersand 2 is equal to 0, then c will be added with 1, and finally I am printing the value of c.
Okay. Okay.
Okay guys, so
Can we
now
not use return here?
yeah, we can use return as well. You're fine, you can use return. So I'm just, you can use return as well. It depends what we're, so right now I'm showing it to you only, so I'm using print. In case I need to allocate it somewhere, then I will use return.
So normally, I guess it is better to use return only, because if you want to
Yeah,
allocate,
it is advisable to use return.
So if we have return C here, then also it will give us the output.
It will, then also it will give the output, plus it will have additional capability that you can store this thing in somewhere else.
But sir, if we have not written print, how come it is giving the output?
Return means print as well, plus it also has a capability. So when I say return is equal to print plus capability to return. Both the capabilities the return keyword has.
so it will be better if you can add a line here using hash.
Okay.
For reference, it will be good. The difference between return and print.
So like, can you please execute this code, sir, while return C, count underscore even 100.
Yeah.
Output is 201.
Yeah.
And if we write D equals to count underscore, then also output will be 201.
Yeah.
It will be print plus capability to allocate, right?
Print.
Return
Yeah.
is,
So
is
yes, return or allocate, that's the same thing.
okay. Okay.
It is same thing.
Okay, sir.
Answer D.
D.
It is
Okay, sir. Understood, sir.
okay. So now what you need to do, a small program for you guys. You will ask the user to give two numbers, and your function will find the bigger number. Let's say I said 20 and 30, then you have to return 30. Okay. Just write it. I'm just taking off my screen for 1 minute. So just write this code with you. Okay, guys. I'm here only. Okay.
Your screen is not visible.
Yeah, I've taken my screen off. You need to write it over there. Oh yeah. Just give me guys second, guys. I need to plug on my charger. Just keep on writing the program. We'll come to that.
Sir, done, sir.
Okay. Just give me a second. Let me. Everybody done with that?
So
Okay. Just give me a second. Let me plug on the charger of my laptop. Guys, I'm audible?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Oh man. Guys, just give me a second. I am. Guys, I am like my thing on the computer got disconnected. I am connected from computer. So in case I log off, please be here only.
Okay.
So guys, so I've been defining a function with a default argument. So I'll say def func xy. So I'll say def form xy. Say you say age, salary, and you'll say family members. I'll default by 3, because in case the person does not fills the family detail in the form, it will automatically be 3. So in case I need to pass these kind of arguments in a function, so in case in a program, we need to use these kind of things. In case the user is not entering any of the thing or is reluctant to enter any of the thing, then I can make it as a default argument. So that is the thing where we use this. So now in this case, if I'll say print age, print salary, print FAM. Now in this case, if I'll do this, say age is equal to int input, say age, salary is equal to int input, salary, say fam is equal to int input, family members. Sorry. So let's say this is scenario, and here I'll say form age, salary, comma fam. Is it clear? And if I'll say
Yes.
shift enter, if I'll say age 21, salary I'll say 21,000, family I'll leave it blank. So now what is happening? It is not accepting because they have specified int. So in case I remove this statement now and I'll execute it, age 21, salary 21,000, fam is 3. So just give me a second. Why it is giving me error? Name fam is not defined.
Sir, you have written fam there in a while calling form. You have to only put the age and salary.
Okay. Age 21. Now the thing is, by default, it's saying 21, 21,003, because 3 is a thing which I've defined by my own. You see here. So let's example, I'll do this. Age 21, 21,000, family members. So here I don't have the capability to leave it blank, but if I normally if I'll say age 21,000 and a family member 5. So now, okay, form age salary, I will say F, let's example. Just give me a second. I'll say F. Shift enter. Age 21, salary 21,000, family member is equal to say 5. So now it has automatically become 5. But in case I don't specify it, I make it as a comment and I don't pass the value of F. Age 21, salary 21,000, then it will be, so it should be 3. Okay, I specified F. Sorry guys. So it is 3 only. Normally, if I'll call this function, if I'll remove these statements, and normally if I'll call this function with form 21, 21,000, it will give me the family members as 3. But if I'll specify the value 21, 21,000, 5, for example, then it will make it 5. Now, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, but that earlier part where we have written the statements, I did not understood that part.
So that is what I've been trying to do is I've been asking the user to pass it. So I've been asking the user to pass it. So here the user is passing the values. So let's example age 21, 21,000, and it is giving me the value whatever the user is passing. So same is a statement which I have repeated over the top. So here I've been trying to explain you a thing, but I don't think it will work here. If I'll pass the value of family at the runtime, which is a default argument, but it will not work because if I leave it blank, then it will not work in the assignment only. So don't worry about it. So here I've been trying to pass age and salary during the runtime.
So we are not calling the F in form.
So F is by default argument 3. So that's the thing I've been explaining here. F is 3 by default. In case I want to call it, I will say here and I will say F here. In case I want to call it. By default, if I will not call it, it will be 3. In case I'll call it, it's my wish. 21,000 and I'll say 5. It will give me 5. But
Yes,
if I'll not call it, it will be automatically 3.
3.
So like this. 21 and 3.
But F1 and different.
Sorry, anybody in doubt?
Sir, but fam is not equal to F, right?
Fam is not equal to.
In the
So,
form,
so I
in the
said,
form you have
okay, I'll say,
variant
okay,
fam.
okay, just I'll say A, S, and F. I'll say A, S. Okay, I'll say shift enter. I'll say 21. I'll say 21,000. So now 21 value which I've entered went to A. A went, the salary is whatever, it went to S. And F is by default. The third argument is by default fam. So whatever value 21 went to age, 21,000 went to salary, and family is by default defined. So it automatically came as 3. With me?
Yes, sir.
So another function which is very important function, which I'll tell you is, so I'll say def my fun, I'll say star A. I'll explain you what it is. I'll say for I in A, print A. Okay. I'll say shift enter. Now I'll say my fun. I'll say 10,20. Now what it is returning me? Or I'll say my fun.
Kind of.
Yeah, let me tell you. I'll say hello. What it is doing? So this,
Tuple, sir, tuple.
yeah, whenever I say star, this means variable number of arguments. So when I will say star, this is known as variable number of. This means whatever arguments the user will pass during the runtime, those will be the arguments that will be considered in the function. So in case the user has a single value, say my fun, I'll say ten. It is giving me 10 only. If the user will say, or I'll say here.
So what it means, variable number of arguments?
So in case you don't know, so let's example you're making a program in which you are asking a person to give the details of his name, his age, and his salary. Okay, but you don't know. So let's example you normally you get a email link in which you ask the person to give his details, his name, his age, and his salary. So you don't know how many arguments the so for example you get an email, you ask the user to give his details. So whatever details he can give, his name, his age, his salary, his father name, mother name, wife name, kids name, whatever want information. In case it is optional for the user can enter his name only. User can enter all the details. User can give you the 2 details. User can give you the 3 details. You don't know how many details the user will be giving you. Then you will use a variable number of argument. Means whatever detail the user will give, you have to accept it. During the execution, so whenever the user is working on this function myFun, so let's say you have given this myFun function to a user to work on. Whatever values user will give at that runtime will be the values that will be printed. For example, user say h, say whatever value you want to extract from a user, you can extract. This is the function will not stop you. Say it will have HAG. So this is coming in iteration because I use the for loop.
But why it is printing for 3 times, sir?
So because I said for I in A
Okay,
is
okay.
3 arguments that it has given. So it is printing 3. So if I'll say okay. Now it will print for what if I'll not use this. whatever it is. This is known as variable arguments. So I'll tell you another concept. So just give me a second. So this will be clear. Just give, in case it is not clear, I'll say def func. I'll say star quarks. I'll say for key comma value in quarks dot items print key comma value. I'll say now func I'll say this is and why it is not saying zero positional argument but two are given. Okay. The func takes zero positional arguments. No, it did not work. Hello friends. Okay. And it should work. Function zero positional argument two are given. If I'll say hello only. Okay, if I'll not pass the argument. Okay. I'll say first is equal to hello. I'll say last is equal to hi. Okay. So here I said key comma value. Okay. So okay. Before that, let me put. So this is my fun. Hello friends. So I'll say hello comma friends. So what I'll say here is okay. So guys, the people who have certain festivals, so I actually missed it. So are you fine if I'll cover this function today, or you want me to cover this function tomorrow?
Today, sir.
Okay. So I said my fun. I said hello friends. So what I've been doing here is I'll said def my fun. This is known as argument. When I say star, this means ARGS arguments. So this is A only, but this means arguments, and this means quarks. This is key value arguments. This is simple argument. Simple argument means whatever argument the user will pass will be added here only. Okay. And here we are asking the user. Sorry.
Can we change the name like you have written first equal to hello? Can we change this name first? I mean, name hello like.
Yeah, we can change that. So okay, this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can change that.
Okay.
This is only required because it will assign name to key and value to KKK.
Okay.
So, but in above function where you have
name. Sir, what is the keys and values? Can you
So key
explain?
value is whatever in case it is double star, this means the first will be considered as a key. So in a dictionary, we have a key value pair. So in case we are working in a dictionary and we are making a dictionary or using a dictionary in it, then we need to pass with double stars, key and value. Key is the key of dictionary and value is the value of dictionary.
Sir, here in function, you have defined a name and equal to hello. So which is key and which is value?
Name is key and second is value. If I'll say
Okay.
D
Okay.
is equal to like this. D key is equal to say let's say this D P equal to value.
So in the above function where you have given the argument asterisk and a, even if you don't give that argument, then also it will return similarly, right?
This one?
Yeah. If you just leave it blank.
No, it will not. Okay. So it will say, so here I can pass a single thing in it. My func t, okay, I for I in A will not work. Here only it will work if I'll give star to it, which means I'm asking a user to enter as many arguments the user can. Okay, just give me a second. I need to define this function again, and I need to call this again. So like this. This is just because I've been calling using I, that's why it's printing again. So here I have been telling you this. Okay. Okay. Say here it is, and I'll say now I'll call what is D name hello kkk hi.
Sir, but why it is printing that many times?
Yeah, I'll tell you why it is printing that one time. But before that, so that is the thing which I'll tell you because I've used using 4, but I'll tell you. So before this, did you is it clear like what is this
No, sir.
using star or using double star?
No, sir. Please explain from 88 line.
Sir, it is nothing but arbitrary function you are using, right?
No, so the thing is what I've been doing here is here I've been asking the user to pass the arguments during the runtime. We are not sure how many arguments the user can pass. It can be 1, 2, 3, 500, 200. So in case we are not clear, then we use a single star. Are you with me? Is it clear?
Yes.
So
Everybody?
please explain again.
So in case we are not clear how many values the user can pass when he will use my fun function. It can be 1 value, it can be 10 value, it can be 20 value. Then we'll give these multiple arguments.
So what,
Okay.
sir, if we remove that for loop and only print it?
Sorry? Only
What?
print it, then it will print for a single time.
Okay.
And this is for the same type.
Sorry?
When the argument is for the same type, or we can input the string and integers as well.
Yeah, you can say.
Okay, okay, sir.
Sir, can we assign to any variable this my function?
If you'll use return over here, then.
So then what would be the type of that variable? Because I am
So
running here, this way saying there's none type.
so it will be object type. So let me tell you. I'll say print type A.
So, sir, after getting result means, I mean,
Hmm.
after result, what would be, it will say, means type of my function.
Mm-hmm. I'll say my fun A, return A, print type A for I in A, print A. So my fun I passed F this. I'll say just give me a second. I'll say my fun for A I pass this, and we'll say return A. So it is returning this. Okay, just give me a second. So what I'll do, guys, I will put it here. But ideally it should work.
So printed type should be in a for loop, under the loop. So it will print
So
every time the type.
yeah. So that's right. But if I'll do that for the first type, it will say integer, 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 and it will say string. Say like this. So let's example, I'll say, I'll remove this line. Oh yeah, it is giving tuple. Tuple as object. It is a tuple kind of a thing that is being stored into.
Okay, sir.
I'll say print. Yeah. What I will do, guys, I will explain these two functions with some better examples, with some live examples tomorrow, so that it will be clear, more clear to you guys. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
please,
It
sir.
would. Because
Sir,
I
one
think
small
some of the people are confused. Yeah, please tell me.
Yes.
small thing. What I
Hmm?
understood is the number of elements you give in my function on my age, that many times it is like printing. Like if you give four elements, it is printing that many times. If you give one function, it is printing only one time.
So let me
Along
tell
with
you. So let me tell
the
you.
print age.
So let me tell you.
I think, sir, this printing is because of for loops. Sir.
Yeah, for loop. So that's why. So don't go with the printing. It is printing now one time. So it is because I've written the for loop over here. Because of for loop, it is printing again. Else it is single only. So it is simply the number of arguments that I pass, the number of values I pass during the runtime.
Right?
Sorry.
So the arguments, nothing but the elements you're giving like 10, 20, 30
Yeah,
or
these
hello
are the
friend.
arguments only. These are the arguments from these elements which you're saying. I'm calling the same thing as argument. Both are same.
So how many number of arguments you will give, that many times it will get printed, right? Because
So
I got this.
that's the beauty of this function, that we are passing a star. Means here we can pass any number of elements or the arguments. So earlier, if it is a and b only, let's example this is a function. Let's example there's another function. Def my func a comma b. If I'll say print a, print b, and what it will do, I'll say func 10 comma 20 comma 30, say 30. If I'll say, sorry, then it will say it has two positional argument, but we are given 3. But here whatever number will pass, it will not say like this. With me? Whatever number I'll pass, it will not say anything. It will work on that. With me?
Yes.
Is it fine with you guys, or you guys have some doubt over it? So I'll explain quarks tomorrow again, because I know this quarks will be a key element thing, kind of a thing. So I will explain again. I have the functions ready with me, all the things. So it is a key that is coming, it is a value that is coming, again key, again value, again key, again value. But don't worry, I'll explain it to you guys. So earlier I have done with name. It is name, then hello, k, and all the thing it has been going key value. So I'll explain again with the quarks, but for the args, that is default argument, it is clear. Is it clear?
The star A is clear.
Star is clear. Yeah, don't worry about double star. I'll explain again.
Okay.
So guys, can I continue with the other function, or do you want me to like leave? So because some of the guys said they have a festival today.
Sir,
They
can
want
we
to.
leave?
Is it fine with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Anybody who wants to stay here for any doubts or something, I'm fine. And the people who want to leave can leave. I'm covering till here only, and for the rest of the people, I'll take doubts in case anybody has.
It would be better that we can start tomorrow, because you are saying that you will give some practical example.
Yeah. For this, I'll start tomorrow only. For the practical examples only, I will not like continue this session from the thing that I have covered. So, but in case anybody has any doubt, then I'll stay here. Else I'll end the meeting.
Let's
Anybody has-
continue tomorrow. Let's continue tomorrow.
Okay. Sure, guys. So we'll meet tomorrow again at 8:30.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.